Hi, I'm Baruch Gordon in beautiful Beit El in this beautiful Beit Midrash. We Jews were sent packing. We were kicked out of our land 2,000 years ago, and the prophets say that we will return. But how exactly is that supposed to happen? Well, the Gemara, the Talmud, in the Tractate of the Sanhedrin says there's two options. Bita achishena. It can happen in a certain designated end time through natural means, or it can be achishena, meaning it can happen hurried through miracles. Which is it going to be? Well, in this week's Torah reading, the famous 17th century Moroccan commentator, the Or HaChaim, finds a hint right on this topic. In Bamidbar, chapter 24, verse 17, it says, I see it, but not now. I behold it, but not soon. The Or HaChaim explains that this is referring to the final return of Jews to their land. It's not going to happen now and not soon. Mean it's going to be delayed and through natural means. The verse continues and says, Kam shevet miYisrael. A leader or a staff will arise amongst Israel. And how will that happen? The Or HaChaim says, just like leaders around the world, through natural means. What was the dominating opinion amongst the people of Israel throughout the centuries? Will our return come through natural means or miraculously? Well, in the face of the trials and tribulations of evil governments in Europe and Gentile nations, so it wouldn't have helped much to say that it'll be a slow developmental process of coming back to our land. And there emerged an opinion that it can happen tomorrow, a blue bolt from the sky, so to speak, as we'll see shortly. But Rabbi Tzvi Hirsch Kalischer, the student of the famous Rabbi Akiva Eger of the 18th century, says wrong, and he writes the following. Final redemption will come in stages with the return of the people to the land and ultimately the coming of the Messiah. Dear friend, he writes, you must rid yourself of the illusion that the call of the Messiah will come as a bolt from the blue, arousing the sleeping masses. Redemption will come about through an awakening of well-disposed Gentile leaders and governments, viewing favorably the return of the Jews to the Holy Land. That's exactly what happened with the Balfour Declaration in 1917. They say there, His Majesty's government views with favor the establishment in Palestine of a national home for the Jewish people. So Rabbi Akiva Eger's student, who by the way, he said he agrees with this student on this topic, was writing prophecy a half a century beforehand and not knowing it. What this means is that it's up to us. He writes a grassroots awakening of the return of the Jews to the land, and then the Gentile nations giving us permission to come as they already did. Each and every one of us who tears himself away from the beautiful Jewish communities of the diaspora and brings himself and his family back to the land of Israel to live here, this person is advancing our nation another step towards our complete role as a nation in the land, connecting the entire world to our next level, to spirituality, to the infinite. Shabbat Shalom from Beit El.